Hey there. Listen, are you still trying to make a decision, but you haven't made a decision? I get it. it's called indecisiveness. And today I'm going to talk about what you can do to stop being indecisive and actually create an action plan. Come with me. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So, you know, started thinking about like there's so many people who send me messages and they're like, I really want to live abroad. I want to do this, that, or other, and I don't know where to begin. Well, let me help you out. The first thing that we want to do is make a choice. The first thing. It's that simple. You just make a choice. And oftentimes we don't make a choice or we overcomplicate making a choice because we have fear. And fear is simply false evidence appearing real. It's not even real. But what we do is we start thinking about why we can't. What is preventing us from doing a thing? So, for instance, now I'm an outliner, obviously, because I'm just gonna do some stuff. Like courageous is not like an issue for me, just to be courageous. However, um, when I decided to move to Malaysia, like I literally had had already knew I can't even talk. I had already knew that I was going to move. I just didn't know where. And so I picked a place. Now, my intentions were not to be in Malaysia. My intentions were to be in Thailand. And I didn't want to go to Thailand during burning season. So when I got here, because this was the stopover to Thailand, because I was gonna wait out 30 days. But in that process, I made a decision and I stayed. All right. So prior to that, I literally was 30 days prior, I had no idea where I was going. Because I had did this semi air quotes um world tour. Had went to all these different countries and I just wasn't feeling it. Just wasn't feeling it. And then I started thinking about like some of the places that would be good in my chart because if you follow me, then you also know that I'm into astrology and I also do relocation travel. And great time to let you know that you can also get a report. The information is down in the description, and I will let you know what the best places are planetary places for you to move based off of your birth chart. So I had already done my astral cartography report myself, but it was Thailand. And at that time, I was in DC. So it was like, do I go all the way to Thailand? Because I was having a hard time like going to Spain because I was like, oh, that's so far. It's so far. Because I also have to think that I have a child that has another parent. So I was like, that's a little far. But lo and behold, I end up doubling the time all the way in Southeast Asia. But what was clear is I had to make a decision. So I came down to making a decision. And although I didn't get to Thailand, I've been to Thailand, but I didn't get to Thailand as far as moving and relocating there. Uh, I did stop in Malaysia. All right. And so for you, you are creating a blockage by contemplating all the things that could happen, all the things that can go wrong, all the things that will prevent you from being happy, and you're trying to figure out those things. I've even talked to people who have traveled and who have lived abroad, and then they're stuck in a situation like, oh, I'm still stuck in America and I can't get out now because all of the things. And it's easy to say, just create a plan, make a choice, and go, especially when you have children and you have other things that are hindering making that decision. I get it. I do. But what I would say to that is, what is more important? What is the most important thing at this time for you to make this decision and to feel comfortable and content, whatever the decision is, right? And so, especially being a single parent, there's so many factors that go into making a decision of where you're going, how you're getting there, what you're going to do. And so, what I would then suggest to you is to break it down into bite sized forms so that you can actually move forward. Because what happens is we get stuck in a rut and we can continue to do the same thing over and over, and it's it's a cycle, right? And you're not going to get out the cycle until you figure out what is keeping you in the loop, and instead of stopping and moving forward, right? And so if I say to myself, number one, okay, I let's say I have a co-parent. The co-parent is hindering the situation. Um, then you have to stop and say, okay, I have to figure out how I can work with this person and we can make a compromise, right? And that can be easier. It's easier said than done because listen, she been there, okay? She's been there. But um, for those who don't have that obstacle, but they have the obstacle of what am I going to do for work? So, what I would suggest is that you create a plan. So, what am I good at? What do I like to do? And what can I do that is internet based that solves somebody's problem? That's where you would start with that. What do I like to do? What am I good at? What 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 can I create that's internet based that solves a problem? And move from there. Because oftentimes I just talked to a lady maybe a month ago who has everything she needs. Literally. I'm like, got everything you need. And she's trying to figure it out. But you have to work the plan. And one thing I know for sure is that when you want something bad enough, you'll go get it. Like, like there's nothing. If I want something bad enough, there's nothing that is will. Like, it may take me some time, but we're gonna figure out how we're gonna get it because I'm not. I'm going to cease without failure. I'm going to be moving in the direction of what it is that I desire to have, and not worrying about what I don't have. Because, and this is my favorite quote, I think it's even on my emails when I send out my personal emails. When you keep your eye on the, I can't remember right now. When you keep your eye on the goal, you can't see the obstacles. Because literally, if what I want is before me, like you can throw all the balls you want. I'm just gonna keep playing dodgeball. Like I'm not worried about you because what I desire, I'm gonna figure it out. Now it may take me 10 years, but I'm not, I'm gonna cease without failure because it is where I want to be. So I'll stop by to tell you that you are over complicating the situation. And whatever it is that you desire, if you create a plan, work your plan, and regardless of what obstacles come, only thing you do is see the goal that you want to obtain in front of you, and mountains start getting out the way. They will move for you. And yes, it sounds really easy. It sounds like just do that, right? But look, if you need help, you have to ask. And there's a lot of help in many different ways. Like I thought about this the other day. I'm like, my child has Google. Like he he's so funny. He literally was like, I said, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do that." And he was like, "But mom, just Google it." And he's 5. I just looked at him like you like I don't know what Google is. So, but literally, somebody sent me a message the other day and they asked me something about like an airport code. And I just was like, do you not have Google? Did you ask me that question? Did you really ask me that question? Like, who you Google? Shout out to Tiffany. But I was like, what? For me to answer this question? Because this question is a Google question. This is not a Child Jones question. This is a for real Google question. But so oftentimes we have all the answers, we're just overcomplicating it. And literally, if you're planning on moving abroad, you don't know where to start. I do offer coaching sessions where I can walk you through. Well, I'm not going to walk you through. We're going to walk together. We're going to figure out where it is that you want to go. We're going to start with your why. And then we're going to move forward to help you create an action plan so we can get you out of the door 30, 60, 90 days at the most 360. Like if it takes a year, okay. Because, you know, and now if you're running from something, I'm just gonna tell you, you're running. And whatever you're running from, you'll run into. Let me say that again for the people in the back there. Whatever you're running from, you'll run into. So stop running. Face it. Like, you know, again, fear is false evidence appearing real. And oftentimes it's us just making a decision not to focus on the thing we're scared of and to focus on the thing we desire and move past the fear. And again, making it sound easy when you're, I get it, when you're in the middle of the storm, none of this seems easy, right? Nothing, because you're like, yo, what's all these issues? I got, I don't have the money, I don't have this. And I remember I heard Dr. Joe Dispenza say, you don't have a money problem, you have a mind problem. Sit with that. Because oftentimes, money is an illusion. You can manifest money. You can I literally manifested some money the other day that I was like, and I'm a great manifester, but for the last couple months, I needed something, and literally I could not manifest it. But the reason why, and I knew the reason why. The reason why is because I wanted it, and I was so close to why, like the why. And I could not let it go because I was fixated. But it was like, okay, let it go. And it's like that thing, like you trying to help somebody and they holding on to something, you like let it go. If you drop it, then the problem's solved, right? Because you keep on holding on. Why you keep holding on to it? And literally, this is big. Like literally go take a bath, get in the bathtub, and just be like, let it go. Like You're not going to just make this thing appear. And oftentimes we're trying to make something happen and nothing is happening. And it's because you're too close to it. You're too tied to it. You have a grip on it. But if you just open your hand, it's almost like that saying there's a dog on the porch and the dog is howling, just howling. And then, people walking by like, what's wrong with the dog? And then the person that owns the dog is like, it's on a nail. Well, why don't it get off? It don't hurt bad enough. Like, so you got your paw on this. All you gotta do is lift your paw up. Problem solved, right? But either we're too close to it or the pain hasn't got unbearable. So we stay in a situation. We continue to do the same thing, expecting a different result, which is the definition of insanity. And we all do it, like at some point or another. And so you are not exempt. But I literally wanted to stop by to let you know that whatever it is that you're contemplating doing, getting, or working towards can all be solved with a plan. And what they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so we don't want you to fail out here in these streets. I don't want that for anybody. But I do want you to know that being a single mom shouldn't stop you. Being a single dad shouldn't stop you. Being a person who can't figure out what I'm going to do about a job situation on the other side of the world shouldn't stop you. What it should do is have you sit and think about what are your opportunities. And sometimes you have to think outside of the box because inside the box, you are surrounded by the four walls that are keeping you stuck in your thinking, which is preventing you from moving forward. And so you have to get clear about your plan. And if you can't do that by yourself, then you have to find somebody that can help you. And so I offer one on one coaching and I'm currently offering a plan. Matter of fact, I have a flash sale going right now for $97, which will give you up to 45 minutes. I normally take an hour and we'll walk through creating your plan so that it becomes very clear to you what it is that we're doing and how we're moving forward and some of your blind spots because sometimes we haven't created a plan because we don't know what we don't know. And so you may be making this a lot harder than what it needs to be. But that's just me. I stopped by to let you know it's possible. And let's get prepared. So, down in the description, you will find that. So, I have a couple different documents that can help you, whether it's a checklist for moving abroad, if you're a single mom and you need an activation plan to help you get moving, to create a softer life, if it is trying to figure out like where I even teach you how to go look up your own astrological report so that you can find the place that will probably best benefit you. I got free stuff for you. But if you need my help and you want to create a plan, let's talk and let's move you forward. So I hope that if nothing else, you got the motivation and the encouragement to move forward and to create your plan. But some things require you to make decisions that you've never made before, to trust and believe that you can do this and that you should. So that's where we're at. Listen, I'm Cha Jones. Remember, always find your flow, follow your freedom, and drift deep. Until next time.